to practice the ethic of selfless service. And also he is one of the Heartfulness Institute trainer. In midst of his busy schedule, he was with us. I request him to deliver a valedictory address.
Respected Principal, Senior Officers of the NCC, Army, Heartfulness Institute, trainers, my dear brothers and sisters who are now proudly wearing the NCC uniform. I am very pleased to be with you this evening because you are also young, impressionable, so ambitious, so desirous of improving your station in life, a little bit confused maybe at times what you should do when you step out of the portals of your institutions, when you attain your degrees, your post-graduation maybe, advanced degrees maybe, but what lies further, Very often young people are a little confused about it. It's a matter of choices. In my time when I was a young graduate, the choices were very limited. Either government service or some ordinary jobs in the private sector. We didn't have that many disciplines in our academics also. But later on, new branches have come, new subjects have been introduced, new courses, and there's a variety, mind-boggling variety to choose from. So what I would say from my experience is that, and what I learned from my guru, Shri Pathasarathi Rajagopalachari, with whom I had a lot of association, close association and training in spirituality and also worldly matters, how to conduct this life. All that he taught me was that take life in the stride, one day at a time, you see. Don't be confused about your choices. Once, during my career, when I had comfortably settled down in Bangalore, with my children in new schools and with the new uniforms and new textbooks and whatever it takes nowadays, a lot of money. Just then an offer came to take up a job in Delhi on deputation from the police department into a government company called Indian Oil Corporation as the chief of vigilance. I was a little confused. Just now I have settled down, come back from the districts, back to Bangalore. Children are well settled in their schools. Again, another change, pack up and go. So I went to my master. My master used to live here, Alvarpet. I went to him and said, this is the offer that has been received by me. What shall I do? I thought he would say, why unnecessarily move from Bangalore to Delhi, unknown place. He didn't say that. He just said one sentence to me, accept what comes. And then he went into his room. No further discussion on that. Accept what comes. He used to very often emphasize to us that we have to cultivate an attitude of acceptance. Because we come into this life with a plan, but it's not known to us, but there is a plan. What we should become in this life, it is there already in the plan. According to him, the soul comes with a plan about this life. But there is a mystery about what will happen, tomorrow, day after. My midlife, my whole life, what will happen, it's all a mystery. If it were open secrets, then we will lose interest in life itself. So better they remain mysteries of life, what we will become. But today we have to focus our energy on today's work, today's duties, tasks, today's mission. And what is that mission? Improve yourself, better yourself, excel yourself in whatever you do. Put your energy completely, fully into that effort of self-improvement, self-development. See? Ultimately, you have to get into the path that is called self-realization. What you are inside, essentially, you have to realize that that is the mission assigned to us when we take birth as human beings. We have to find out what we really are. We are not mere students. We are not mere executives. We are not mere army officers or air force officers or naval officers or corporate executives. We are not mere retired people like me. There is something else inside us, reality, the eternal that is within us. We have to discover that, and we have to experience that, and we have to enjoy that. So this is for each man and woman to discover by personal effort. Nothing drops down from heaven. Hard work is involved in this. Mental work is involved in this. Dedication, love for the goal which we have chosen to realize in this life. So these are the qualities and attitudes that will take us further and further in life as we go on, adding one building block of life to another. That is, doing my work today excellently well. If it is my student life, I must study excellently well. Not because somebody else is excelling me, but I must excel myself. What I did yesterday should be excelled today. What I did last year should be excelled today. So that is excellence. Never compare your performance with somebody else's and feel envious or jealous. That is belittling yourself. You become small in your own self-esteem when you compare yourself with others. Your path is different, your path is unique, your life is something very special. And try to identify and find out and bring out that special quality in you, the special talents, the special values that lie hidden within you. See, we have great examples in life. See. Select one or two of them and study their lives. Swami Vivekananda's name comes to my mind whenever I talk about or talk to young people, because he was also a young man. He passed away when he was hardly 39. And in that life, what he achieved, very few people have achieved. The ripples that he caused by his life, ideals, and teachings, those ripples have not yet stopped. They are hitting us all the moment, you see. So read the lives of great people like him, what they lived for. They did not live for a big salary. They did not live for senior levels in government or industry. They lived for other people. They lived for human beings' welfare, improvement, evolution. My master's teaching to me when I was involved with myself, my own career, my own tomorrows, he said, don't think about yourself. This sentence hit me on the head like a hammer, because I was used to thinking about myself, worrying about myself. Same thing Swami Vivekananda. He demonstrated in his life, he was worried only about his country, his countrymen, humanity in general. All because he discovered that these are not mere human beings. These are different manifestations of God. So he said, if I worship any God, it is the God in man. I don't worship God separately in some form, as an idol or as a name. I worship God in man. And therefore I am obliged to look after the humankind. treat them with reverence and love. So these are the great ideals our great countrymen have preached and practiced. So it is not sufficient to put up his picture. It's not sufficient to erect his statue. It is not sufficient merely to read his books, his lectures. We have to start practicing. So as young people, we must learn the values of love, reverence, respect, and above all, service to others. The more you are service-minded, the higher you will rise in life. Your stature will rise. Automatically, you don't have to work for it. The more you are worried about yourself, your career, your compensation, what another man is getting with the same qualification, when you pay attention to that, you are deviating from the great principles which our leaders, spiritual leaders, our gurus, our guides have practiced in their lives. So we owe it to ourselves to emulate, to copy their lives in our lives. Cut and paste. Whenever you find something good in somebody else, cut and paste onto your own life. So the nature and tenor and quality of your life will keep on changing. Finally, you have to think that your heritage, your legacy is greatness. High quality in everything that you think, you speak, or you do. That is your legacy. That is the property left for you by your elders, by your ancestors, by your leaders. So to maintain their legacy, you have to perform. You have to work very hard. You have to focus your mind and heart on whatever you do. The session of meditation, cleaning and meditation, or relaxation and meditation, which was given to you, is just a first step in the process. See, we have to clean up a lot in our minds, make our minds relax, and enable that mind to turn within and focus on the divinity that is within you, your own soul, your own God within, your own self with a capital S, your own future is within you. Focus on it. Bring it out. My master says, your insight changes through this process of meditation. And you have a greater duty, not only to meditate, but also to bring out the change that has happened inside, outside. Manifest the change outside in our interpersonal relations, your attitudes, your sufferings for others, your sacrifice for others. Then you will evolve to the highest level possible, because you are not thinking about yourself. You are not tangled by your own desires and personal ambitions. Now you live for others. Start with your own parents. Your sacrifice must be for them. Your siblings, you must look after them. Start at home, they say charity begins at home. Sacrifice and love should start at home. Commitment. See, I graduated when I was 18 years old, under very difficult circumstances. Very difficult it was to complete my college education, because my father was a school teacher and we had 10 children. You cannot imagine that now. 10 children. And when I joined college, I could not pay fees in the first year. So after the first terminal exam, you may call it semester, they said go out of the examination hall because you have not paid your fees. Same thing happened in the second terminal, and in the last terminal every time I used to go to the principal's house, which was just behind the college, and then ask him to give me an exemption. He used to write on a piece of paper. Then I was admitted to the examination hall. At the end of the year, although I had performed very well, I was probably number one in my class. My result was not put up on the notice board. It was withheld because I had not paid the fees. My father was unemployed that year. So again I went to the principal. Vacation had started. Principal's house, I was standing outside, the head clerk was standing, and he just said, this boy has failed to pay his fees. We can't publish his results. And I broke down. I wept. Then the principal patted me on the back and said, Prabhakar, I was known as A.P.Durai. Prabhakar, I know you are a bright student. I know your marks in the high school. So from now on, I give you full concession. You don't have to pay any fees. Only the special fees every term. That was at that time. 30 rupees was the tuition fee. 8 rupees was the special fee. I am telling you this in detail because I have never forgotten this incident in my life. But for this principal, Professor A. Srinivasa Raghavan, you may not have even heard his name. This gentleman, sort of helped me proceed with my life. Otherwise, I would have been a dropout, college dropout. So I still keep a photograph of him and I remember him. Not only that, I have been able to help poor students because I owe it to my principal who helped me. So a good thing that you do to anyone must generate a series of good things for others. Even today out of my pension, I keep helping people because I know it is my responsibility. That's one way of returning to society what I got from it. I don't want to treat anything that I got as charity. It must be doubled, it must be trebled, quadrupled, and go across to many other human beings. So that way I can say I have not only benefited by somebody's help, but also I have translated that into my own life and helped people to receive help when they are hard up in their lives. So create a chain of, in Tamil they say, Udavum Karangal. Udavum Karangal, see, helping hands. See. We must create a chain in our society. Unfortunately, in our educated society, in our industrialized society, and globalized society, whatever you call it, technological society, we have become highly individualistic, highly focused and concentrated on our own lives, our own comforts, our own career progression, our own little families with little house, little car, and whatever. We think of happiness as being confined to these little circles. And we forget the big circle that is around us, where people are in need of help. Who is thinking about them? So we have to become sensitized to the needs of other human beings. Wherever you find somebody is in trouble, somebody is in need, go across and help. Let not your shyness come in the way. Go and ask privately, do you need any help? Can I do this for you? Etc. Nobody is going to misunderstand you. As you grow up in life, as you progress, you will find there are more and more opportunities of helping others. These are one of the values that Swami Vivekananda tried to inculcate in us, because the sense of service was not there among Indians at all. We only knew how to worship God, how to praise God, how to write the Upanishads, how to write the epics. But the idea of service was not there. He realized that, and he set up a mission to go to the help of people, to set up educational institutions, to help people in distress during accidents, calamities. See, he was the first one who realized what was lacking in us, that is unselfish service-mindedness, nishkama karma. So when we do something, let us do it because the other human beings are manifestations of the God that I worship. He is there very much in every other human being. So let me be helpful with advice, with my sharing of resources, my knowledge, my experience, my money, whatever. Keep on sharing. In sharing comes your growth. My master used to say, keep on giving as much as you can give, without any publicity, without any advertisement, without even the pride that I have given. Because all that I have given is what I received from him. So if you have this sensitized heart, that's why we call this meditation heartfulness. We have to sensitize our hearts. To remove the self-interest and the selfishness and the desires that clog up our hearts, you see, remove them. Open your hearts to others. Think of others' welfare. Start from your own classroom, your own family, your own street, your own little town, and then go on enlarging the circle, mentally, spiritually. So in this is involved your spiritual practice. The spiritual practice, according to my master, is not to be isolated from your daily life. That is spiritual and this is my mundane life. Both will have to run together in one stream, in parallel, concurrently. Try to merge these two currents, then you become a more balanced person. Because then you will discover there is no self-interest in you. There is no selfishness in you. There are no particular desires in you which make you feel smaller and smaller. The only desire now is to expand. Expand your heart to include the whole of humanity. To feel in your heart what the great saints felt in their day, in their time, about their responsibility for the whole of humanity. So then nobody is a stranger. Everyone deserves your help, your attention, your kindness, your consideration, your goodwill. So as young people, try to imbibe these values of not only social life, official life, a career, but also the inner life, where the heart is awakened and becomes inclusive of the whole of humanity as your brothers and sisters. Then you will no longer think about your caste, your religion, your language, and even your country, because humanity is one. All are God's children, and therefore all are my brothers and sisters. This is the universal attitude that we have to imbibe and manifest in our daily lives wherever we are. Keep these high ideals before you, and then you will never regret it, because when you practice these ideals, you automatically grow. Your consciousness expands, and you feel different about yourself. You are no longer shackled by your own little desires, little ambitions. I must become this and that. My master used to say, it is natural to have ambitions, but it is better to have aspirations. Ambitions tie you down to your earth. Money, name, fame, whatever. Aspirations raise you to the highest level of human evolution. You will have to discover what are those aspirations that you will have to develop to become truly great, which you already are. But you have to find out that greatness that is dormant within you, which is in the potential state. I wish you all live your lives in an inspired fashion. And with inspiration will come hard work, dedication, and the right kind of vision, what to do and what not to do, what to embrace and what to avoid. Thank you very much.
Next, Stella Maris. Guru Nanak College. Anna University. Anna University.
A.P.Durai College for Women. A.P.Durai College for Women. Commerce College. 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 QML for men. QM. BHM SN College, Virudhunagar. BHM SN College, Virudhunagar. Bharat University. Bharat University. Sorry. Bharat University. Veltech, High-Tech, Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Shakuntala. Agarsan College, Madavaram. SRM University. Nirmala College for Women, Coimbatore. Jain College.
Especially, I like to thank the Secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Mundra, who have helped us in conducting this program effectively. And also, I like to thank our beloved Principal, Major Dr. M. Venkatramanan, who is always supporting us in all the programs of NCC. I like to thank him, sir. I like to thank Sri Madhu Nair, Program Coordinator, Heartfulness Institute. I like to thank Mohan Javar, who came to the institution for conducting the meditation program, where we did it very successfully for our students, and it was continued, and you would have enjoyed the particular meditation. I like to thank you for introducing this particular dedication to our institution, sir. Thank you, sir. And I like to thank all the speakers